Sarim Fassi Fahri, we're very happy to have you, to host you here in Amman. It's in the framework of the Moroccan Film Days that we've organized, and we've shown 3 movies to the Jordanian public: Burnout, Razia, and Little Pleasures. Did you think the Jordanians reacted the way you expected them to react to Moroccan movies?
I'm quite happy about the way they react. It means that they can be interested in Moroccan society, in fact, because movies reflects societies, and these 3 movies are quite different. The 3 of them are different, and they reflect different sides of the Moroccan society, and the way the audience react means that we can be also seen and interesting people abroad and in the Arab world. It's very interesting.
Well, we are keen at the Film Commission to show Moroccan movies, Algerian movies, Tunisian movies, films from the Maghreb, which unfortunately are never screened in commercial theaters. And it's a pity because it's the Arab world. As you just mentioned, there are common themes that are of interest to the public, be it here or in North Africa, be it in the Middle East or in North Africa. How do you explain this lack of distribution?
More and more the distribution is global, and it's more Western everywhere, including in the Arab world. So we don't see Arab cinema in the Arab countries, as we don't see much European cinemas in European countries.
Morocco has a long-standing tradition in cinema production, cinema culture, and in attracting also foreign productions. But what's interesting is that it produces some 25 to 30 feature-length movies every year, which makes it probably the second country in the Arab world after Egypt. How do you explain this, or how did you achieve that, or how do you explain this success?
20 years ago, in the middle of the 90s, we created a fund based on little amount tax on electricity, and this contribute to the development of the whole audiovisual field, including cinema. And this let us give a support of an average of 6.5 to 7 million US dollars to the Moroccan cinema every year, and we can support about 15 to 17, even to 18 feature films every year. And this is very important because I think that culture should also be supported by the whole community. I mean, it's not, for me, it's not a business. We can leave the business to very large countries where there's a very big audience like the US or India, but for our countries where we have between 10 to 40 million inhabitants, culture must be supported by the whole community. And it's what we do, and thanks God it works.
Morocco has announced recently, thanks to your efforts and the efforts of the Centre Cinématographique Marocain, a 20% cash rebate on foreign productions. And we have now also developed a similar incentive in Jordan, but we noticed that most countries have this now, and they're competing. You even get up to 40 or 50% cash rebate, which is sometimes you wonder, I mean, should there be such a huge, ferocious competition, or should it be regulated? What's your opinion?
I think regulation is impossible because on top of, among the incentives, there's not only the cash rebate or a tax incentive or whatever. There's also the way each country has a relation with the film business. For example, in Morocco, the foreign film business don't pay taxes on salaries, which is very important. And in France, which they give 30% cash rebate through taxes, they tax the salaries at 60%.
So at the end of the day, yeah.
So if you want to regulate all the incentive, you have to see the whole thing, and not only the incentive, the film incentive alone.
Before heading the Moroccan Cinema Center, or CCM, Sarim Fassi Fahri was better known as an established producer working on Moroccan productions and also owning a studio in Morocco. This experience obviously is extremely helpful in your position now as general manager of the CCM. But if you had to give an advice to young and upcoming producers, what according to you are the most important qualities or actions that a producer should take?
In our countries, all the young people want to be first director. They all want to direct. So we have a league of young producers, which is very needed. And the first thing that I will ask a producer to have is generosity. He must be generous with his or her directors. To start maybe 2 or 3 years a project with the director or with the writer, and follow all these steps until the film has a career. It can be 5 years, 6 years. He must be patient and very, very generous, because it's not about money. Because money, you can raise money, you can have the passions to raise money, but you must be very patient with your director. You must give him time. You must be his doctor, his psy, his everything, and this is the most important thing. Everything else is just technical.
Thank you so much. What do you think about Jordan,
Thank
by
you.
the way?
I just love Jordan. I want to come back very soon. Thank you for
Thank you.
for your welcome.